Wow.
My sister calls me Uncle Hope when I'm shaving. I get beards, everybody. I do get these beards. Like, it's irritating. I was told that when you get this, it's like you are rich and all that. Like, hey, what I have not done is Brazilian wax because I once tried it. Oh my god, it was so painful. Hey, I don't know if I'm ever doing that again. Like silk. I prefer to shave or use bead, but you can't use bead here, just around somewhere here. So I'm just running for a short while to town, just to pick some girl stuff. See ya. Ah, okay, so my trip to town was quick. First of all, I stained myself. Listen, like one thing about periods is we have periods and we have periods. And I happen to be those ones who have periods. When they come, it's like sickness of some sort. It's like lots cramps, pain. And the funny thing is, I wasn't expecting mine until 4 days later. Now, I don't know why in the world they would put sanitary towels like upstairs. Why can't they put it like when at the entry you enter, so you don't even forget when you're going to do shopping, the first thing you see is, oh my god, there they are, what a blessing, and you pick them up. And now this is the thing, this is always, and this is supposed to be the biggest always, and the one supposed to be really comfortable for sleeping, but I still find it tiny because nowadays I use moped. Now there's a bigger moped. This is 32 centimeters, which I don't get. Why I would walk in a supermarket and I am searching and it's only 32, 28 centimeters. Okay, if you are working, like if you're an owner of, I don't know if it's supermarket, whoever is in charge of this, make sure you're getting 37, 38 centimeters. Okay, some of us needed to come from here to here because we have like big booties, everything is big, so we need like stuff that can really work. But still, this, for me, I don't know for you, like for me this one is still much better than this, you see, because it is wider. Even when you look at the pack you will see, and it is longer. It has two wings, so it flies in front somewhere next. Okay, let me just show you. See, so it is wide, it has been given overlap, and the texture in it, I don't want to touch. I'm still going to use it, and we have this one here and this one here. So for me, I placed this on a frontal part to overlap and this to go this side. But when it is longer, then we get it much longer and slightly much wider, which is a blessing for me, definitely. But now when you go to this one here, it is really kind of selfish. I don't know if the materials are hard to get. Check it. Okay, though I bought the two of them because for some reason I thought I was buying this one. So that is how the trip went, and I was disappointed because for you to look for pad in a big supermarket, you have to like ask, because you have like rotated the entire place and you're not seeing your sanitary towels, and not everyone you want to ask things. You just want to go and see them with your eyes and choose. You don't want to discuss this, because I know most of people in supermarket, you tell them I want mole pet, they don't know what pet that is. They're like looking at like even the female ones. Okay, so when you go, okay, now I want pads, and the men look at you like It is normal, okay? It is normal. Just show me where it is. So I know, like, someone who is watching this, someone must be concerned with this. Please put for us our sanitary towels in the front where you put the sweets. We don't need sweets that much. I already have bad teeth. What we need are like this, like in front. Okay? Oh,
Okay, guys. So I found this package. I usually, by the way, I'm really one of those people who keep my my wrappers really well, especially when it's nice. So I was just putting things away, trying to tidy up because my house is a bit small and I share my room with my girls. Though they're in school, I'm with my youngest right now. My son stays in my brother's house. Um, so I was just cleaning things and I came through this package. And I remember the story that comes with it. So this is the story. Now, like those rebound relationships. I don't know if it's called rebound. Like you had a friend before. So like like when you have like a friend, like a relationship that actually never ends, but it ends, and maybe one person moved out of the town and went for work, and things died and things moved on. Okay, so something like that. So that particular ex of mine came back and called and was like, "Hi, how are you? What have you?" So, so anyway, one thing led to the other, and we decided to go for a holiday for a quality time. And I'm like, "Why not?" Anyway, so I get to go, and of course he facilitates everything, and we go and book this Airbnb, and before we go in, we have to go do our shopping because we are cooking ourselves and things like that. So we decided to go for shopping for little things like kitungu, tomato, uh, the little thing, eggs and all that. Now, as we walk in the mall, we go to Surit Center and we walk in the mall. My geography is not very good because I'm hardly in Nairobi. Even the little time I stayed in Nairobi, I was more of a village market person. Yeah. So we walk in, and as we walk in, he tells me, "I have a surprise for you, Hope." And I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" I love surprises. So as we're walking, because we were going to Carrefour actually to buy the items, the food items, and the little things maybe we may need, and I'm like, "Ooh!" So we enter into this shop, Miniso, which is a Japan. It is a Japan label, I think. I'm not really, by the way, I'm not one of those people who are really into labels. It took me time to even know what Gucci was. Now I have some few things, like Kibeti and all this. But one thing I was really into was perfume, designer perfume. I think because of a smell, but I think because of starting life a bit too early and family and children, I wasn't really concentrating on things like label or I think you understand what I mean. So I was taken to this shop called Miniso. Now it's beautiful. So I entered and I remember I was like, I need some inner garment. I need some inner garment. So the surprise was to go get inner garment. Now, when we reached there, it's a beautiful shop. It has practically everything. And my friend is a little bit kind of stingy, so we walk in and we go to the department where they have the inner garments, and I'm told to go through it. So I'm checking all these things out. But what I'm realizing is even their large is not large, you know. But still in my mind, I'm not getting this is a Japan label. Maybe in Japan, the person who wears the biggest inner garment wears a a large, like a large that is actually a small, you know. Um, so as we continue going, I keep on asking the person helping us, don't you have extra large or extra extra large? Because by all standards, I'm what we call an African lady. Like my shape, everything. I'm an African lady, you know. So I need a pan that can cover my sitting allowance and be comfortable but beautiful at the same time. So anyway, for some reason, he believes those particular ones are going to fit me. And okay, I'm like, okay, fine. So we get to choose nice colors and what he loves. He was into these nets, you know. So we get to pick a couple of those. And they pack it nicely for us and gives me a present, which was some Q-Tex. Yeah, so that was the first shocker for me. The second one, we walk now to Carrefour to do our little shopping. So as we do the shopping, the entire time is on the phone because it was a work phone. He was supposed to have flown over back to work, but he hadn't yet. So there were some things he had to rectify, or I don't know. It was for his work. So the funny thing is this: I get to pick this, he gets to return it and pick another one. He gets to return it. So I think at some point I'm getting kind of pissed off. So I leave him and I go pick something different completely. Now he goes to buy wine, something that we can relax with and all this. So I have to meet him at the end. So I finish getting my butter and sausages, you know, what I love for my morning, and eggs for him. And now when I go to the tailor where near the section where we have wines, alcohol basically, and he's there. So I'm standing and they're tapping everything. And I'm like, why are you guys not putting them on a bag, you know? And he says like, no, 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 no. I have a bag in the car. And I'm like, yeah, well, that is in the car. We need these things packed. They're like, no, 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 we just like go with them like that. I have never done that before. Like, I have never put things inside a trolley and then you walk with them and they are moving all over the trolley, like, you know, like they're all over the place. So I was like, oh, okay, okay, fine. So he said, it's okay, just start going, I'm paying. But instead of me starting to go, I go and I stand like at the entrance. And I just stand there. So he comes and I tell him to push the trolley because I'm not pushing things moving inside the trolley. And I wanted to have my yogurt in Planet Yogurt. So I had to go get my yogurt. So we go to the car and there were little small bags. So we had to put things in different bags, put in. Different bags, put in. It was lots. Like for me, I don't know, like, but that is when I realized my patience. I realized I have patience because this would have gone south like real fast, you know. I was patient through it all. I had my yogurt, which I'd put waffles in it. I love waffles. So I just went, sat, and I started having my yogurt. And when we were talking through as we go, I give him a bit also, and we're just talking as we go, you know. And as we reached the the apartment where we were staying, and I'm putting the things on a shelf, he starts to say that he needs the bags back in the car. I almost lost it there, and I was like, how do you think we'll be moving out? Where do you think we'll pack this thing? So I think it made sense to him. But I think through through all this, what I came to understand is when a relationship is done, especially that kind of relationship, or it didn't mature to something, there's usually a particular reason why it didn't, and we should not really revive it or try to revive it because there's usually a very good reason for it. So for me, I think that was a lesson that I learned, and I remember always now to bury what is buried. And of course, you can once in a while if you meet people, how are you doing? But that's just about it. And the funny thing about this is the pants. When I came back home, and my girls were like searching my bags when I came in, and they found it and they were like, oh my God, they were so happy. Oh, mom, you bought us nice inner garments and everything, and they were taking it. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I bought you. It's really nice, isn't it? Because they were their sizes, you know, not my size. and and I couldn't like go tell all that story. It just sounded weird, you know. So I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And if anybody has seen my girls, they're not big girls. You know, their body is not like big. Their body is still very like small. So yeah. So anyway, that was the story about Min Miniso. Yeah, Miniso and me and yeah and everything.